emotions when you are making space for new ones. The other day on a coaching session, we got to the bottom of why I always feel like I need to be something for people who might want to hire me as a coach that I'm not. Like, I need to be more like this blogger on Instagram. I need to exaggerate my story so that someone will want to hire me. I need to, whatever. Basically just filling in. And what we realized is like, it came from a belief that I, as I am not enough. And when I believe that I'm not enough, the way that I show up in my business is that I try to be something else because I think that will be more. The way this looks in my motherhood, because this went on for years in my motherhood, was constant focus on what I was doing wrong and so little grace with myself. Just over and over a focus on how I didn't discipline how I wanted to, and how I did snap, and how I'm not enough, right? And the reason I'm so emotional is because the other day with my coach, like, we realized I was actually pushing away progress and pushing away success and victories and opportunities because I thought I needed to be something else, like, because of this belief that I am not enough. And for a long time, I couldn't improve my parenting and my disciplining and my patience because I had none with myself, because I believed that I wasn't enough. And so I was running on empty, like I had nothing to dip into to create more patience. And at times I thought it felt like self-love issues or whatever, but really it's just this shame that you're not enough. And I honestly believe this is the most painful, I don't know, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. There's some really painful emotions that you can feel in your lifetime, but Lauren Daigle is a musician, Daigle. I think that's how you spell her name, or maybe Gel. I don't know. Lauren Daigle, look her up. I think she's like a Christian singer-songwriter. I don't even know any of her other songs. I just found the You Are Not Enough song. And by the way, like, I had done this work with my coach, and I thought I, like, released it. I cried on the phone with her. It was like, wow, my mind was blown. I got on my stories. You might have seen it, and I was crying. But today, this song came on. It's called You Say. And she starts the song by saying, like, there's these voices in her head all the time, these lies telling her that she's not enough. And then God tells her that she is, and like, she's just choosing to believe it. Like, I believe that I'm enough, even though she doesn't feel a thing. Like, she's going on faith basically. And I don't even think I could do that for the longest time. But anyway, the point of this video is to tell you that, well, first I want to tell you that I just spent the last like 8 minutes sobbing so hard at the red lights. I was driving home from dropping my kids off somewhere, and I was like, and you know what? I was just sobbing, and so much was coming up from my past, like these moments in high school where I felt like I wasn't enough. And these girls got asked to the dance and I didn't get asked, or whatever, or I didn't get invited, and I made it mean that I wasn't enough in some way. Or, dating guys in college and like a breakup, and you don't know why they wanted to break up with you, and you're just like, you don't have your own back. You don't know that you're enough yet, and so you think that it's an option to think that you aren't. But wherever you are on this journey, whether you're awesomely sitting pretty in this beautiful belief that you're enough, or you struggle like I did most of my life until really recently, the thing is, we don't see the symptoms of shame and the symptoms of the belief that I'm not enough. We just feel pain, and we just, like, because we're stuck in it, because we think it's true. Like, you can't solve it when you just believe that it's true, because it just is like doctrine in your brain. It's like, you don't question it. But I just want you to play today with this idea, like, what if you don't need to do or be or learn anything else. Like you can learn things. But you are enough for the dreams that you have. Not only are you worthy of them, but you're capable of them. And if you don't feel that way, the only reason is because you haven't leaned into this belief 100% that you are enough. And as soon as you believe that fully, it's going to blow your mind. You're going to see life so differently. You're going to have your own back. Some of the things I've noticed, just so that you can kind of gauge if you're there yet, some of the things I've noticed is like, I'm totally comfortable in my own skin. I've stopped any sort of lying or exaggerating or hiding things or playing, downplaying things. It's my neighbor. I've stopped worrying as much or at all. Like I still, like my brain, I can still see my brain go there, but I don't go there. Like my brain does, and I'll be like, nope, coming back. Like my lower brain has this habit of looking out for me by being like, oh, what if she thinks this? What if they see you do this? And I'm just like, no, like I'm not there. I don't live in those thoughts. I see them, but I don't live in them. They're not my reality anymore. And so when it comes to releasing beliefs, first, you still feel like you're not enough, but you start to notice how it affects you. That's step one. And that probably will happen after this video if this is your first exposure to like questioning, can I actually be enough in my life? Could I have my own back? Could I believe that I'm enough? Is that something that could be true, that I'm enough? So first you'll start to notice how you don't think you're enough and notice how it adds up and what result it gets you in your life. Then in the moment, you'll notice that you just did something to where you believe you're not enough, whether it's like you apologize for how good you do something, or you apologize for how not enough you do something, but like you'll still say it, but then right after that you'll be like, oh, that was me falling back into that belief that I'm enough. And then eventually, before you get there, in your head, like you'll be like sitting in a Relief Society class, or like sitting in a group setting where you're around other people, and you'll notice your brain, without saying anything, without doing anything, you'll just notice your brain like comparing you to other people, telling you, like thumbing through solutions to make up for your not enoughness. Like, oh, well, maybe if you just dyed your hair like she does it, like maybe if you see who cuts her hair and you could be prettier, or maybe if you just shop at that brand that she shops at, or maybe if you just answered questions the way she does. What if you just learned to be more eloquent? Maybe then you'd feel enough and be enough, or whatever. I think, and so yeah, and then eventually like it just falls off your radar and you're just always in the I'm enoughness, and that's kind of where I'm transitioning to now. But as I transition there, I look back at the rest of my life where I didn't feel like I was enough. And I look around at my dear friends, some beautiful women in my life who I know struggle with that belief all the time. They don't know yet. They don't know this big life secret that they are enough. They always will be, and they always have been. And I think the most devastating to me, and again, I choose to be sad about this, and I want to tell this and share this to you guys today, is that I believe that your worth, and I've been taught by my mentor, Brooke Castillo, who I love dearly, and my Savior, Jesus Christ, to be frankly honest, your worth is built in. It's untouchable. It's there whether you see it or not. Now, you can't always tap into that potential and that maximum, side of yourself if you don't believe that it's there. Like if you believe you still need more stuff to be added to you, whether it's physical or internal or knowledge or whatever, mental, spiritual, all the things, then you won't be able to tap into the fabulousness that is within you, the talents and the confidence and all the things. But it's all there. Like everything you want to be is inside of you right now. It's like Allison Faulkner says from the Allison Show. If you just go on Instagram, the Allison Show, ALISON, She's like, you're already as awesome as you need to be. It's all there within you. And I just want you to like, just trust me. Just trust me, because by comparison, I have felt a lifetime worth of I'm not enough. And now the reason I'm crying is because I'm so sad, like, that so many people feel that, and like the whole time they are goddesses. They are gods. They are enough. They are imperfectly perfect. And because of Jesus Christ, everything that is imperfect is going to be perfect. But even if there is imperfection, you are enough. So go listen to Lauren Daigle's song. Go find it. It's called You Say. Lauren Daigle. It's so dang good. And just allow yourself to release the idea that you're not enough. Like, what would that be like? I want you to think, what would your life be like? Sorry for the sniffles. What would your life be like if you lived every moment knowing you were enough? How would you react when people were mad at you? How would that be different? If you found out somebody thought or said something negative about you, or says or thinks it right now, how would you change your reaction? What feelings would you be able to tap into that you have a hard time tapping into right now, that only come in phases right now for you, for us, when we don't believe we're enough? And finally, like, what would you try to do? What would be your approach to life if you believed you were enough? You might not believe me when I say it, but I know that we are all enough right now. The price has been paid for your not enoughness. And to say that you're not enough, to think you're not enough, is to pass by a gift that's been given to you already. And I think the moment that atonement was finished, all of our lives were changed forever. So, again, nothing outside of you. There's nothing to fix, sweetie. There's nothing to fix. You're enough. Breathe it. I am enough. Feel it. Let it wash through you. Cry it. Put that song on and cry it like I did. Find the happiness, find the freedom, and then go serve. Go get your work done in the world. Stop holding yourself back by telling yourself you're not enough. Own that you are. Know that you are, and get busy doing what you've been called to do. Whatever it is, you know what it is. There's something. Your maker's been trying to talk to you, right? Yeah. He does that to all of us. So you can set these aside whenever you're ready. Just set them aside. These thoughts, these lies, like Lauren Daigle says in her song, that you're not enough. What could and would life be like if you were past those forever? You can be, because there's nothing you need. You're enough. I love you guys.